to our own John Frobenius for introductions. John?
Thank you, President Jim. As you were collecting the bribes, or whatever you want to call these, happy bucks, I thought I was going to get the oldest classmate until the vet got up and beat me. But here's $5 for graduating with a graduate degree in healthcare administration, called hospital administration at the time in 1969. So much for that. Before I introduce our speaker, I want to just also invite any of you that have an interest in joining us at a reception for President Kaler that will be held at the Winfeld Room at CentraCare Health Plaza from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock this afternoon. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the plaza as much as I am, it's the Woodlands entrance, and I'd love to have you join us for that 1-hour reception in the afternoon. Most of you that have served on various boards know that a board's most significant responsibility is to hire its leader. And the Board of Regents of the University of Minnesota is very proud of the selection that we have made, and we have very high expectations for what his accomplishments will be at the University of Minnesota. Before President Kaler speaks, I'd like to spend a little bit telling you some of his background, and I think you'll find some of this kind of interesting. President Eric Kaler assumed the presidency of the University of Minnesota July 1, 2011. He earned a BS degree with honors in chemical engineering from the California Institute of Technology in 1978 and a PhD in chemical engineering from the University of Minnesota 1982. He joined the faculty of the Department of Chemical Engineering at the University of Washington in 1982, moved to the Department of Chemical Engineering at the University of Delaware as an associate professor in 89. He became professor in 91, department chair in 96, was appointed the Elizabeth Innes Kelly Professor of Chemical Engineering in 98, and was chosen Dean of the College of Engineering in 2000. That's working your way up pretty quickly. In 2007, he became the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Stony Brook University. And in 2008, assumed the duties of Vice President for Brookhaven's Affairs, which is an enormous research facility in that location. He was also a visiting professor at the Universitat of Graz in 1995. His research interests are in the area of surfactant and colloid science, statistical mechanics, and thermodynamics, topics that are near and dear to all of your hearts. He received one of the first Presidential Young Investigator Awards from the National Science Foundation in 1984 and has received numerous other awards for his research, including the American Chemical Society Award in colloid or surface chemistry in 98. He's a fellow of both the American Association for the Advancement of Science and the ACS. He has authored or co-authored more than 200 peer-reviewed papers and holds 10 U.S. patents. He's been a consultant to numerous companies and has served in a variety of positions in several professional science societies, including the Leadership Ladder in the ACS Division of Colloid and Surface Chemistry, of which he was chair in 2006. He was also the co-chair of both the 1997 and 2007 Colloid Symposia held at the University of Delaware. And for those of you that know engineering well, he was elected to the National Academy of Engineering in 2010, which is a significant honor in that field. The president of the University of Minnesota has this unique responsibility. He is about managing and developing high levels of talent. And I don't know what it better describes than those thoughts in my head, at least, about what the job of the president of the University of Minnesota is all about. So it's an honor for me to have the opportunity to introduce to you President Eric Kaler.